Okay, guys, listen. If y'all see me smiling, it's because I am like so happy right now. I'm happy. Why is Dr. Nikki Ziegler happy? Because I got one of my favorite people in the whole wide world on my show. And y'all know, y'all probably heard her name about a million times out of these mouths. But I'm so happy to have her. Before I bring her up, I got to give a shout out to Dr. Sylvia Cole for allowing me to be a media sponsor for the Call to Aspire Summit. So if you have not registered for the Call to Aspire Summit, you need to go today, right now. Go do it. And while you're doing it, go ahead and get that upgrade. Listen, go and do all access for $99. And that's going to allow you to connect with some major speakers like Sean Fair and Shay Brown and JJ Conway, Cheryl Woods, Rhonda Brown, and of course, my coach. She's in the building. It's been a long time. My coach is in the building. Let me go ahead and bring in Cherry. I've been Kearn, like this girl's so silly, but I love you, Kearn. And I can't hear you, Kearn. You on mute.
Well, I love you too, Dr. Nikki. And I'm so excited to be here. It's actually my first interview back since COVID. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm happy you're here because you have changed my whole life. And I'm trying not to cry, but you changed my whole life. Thank you for everything you've done for me. All the advice, corrections, fussing. You are my hero. Yes, you are.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I certainly appreciate. I appreciate that. I was telling somebody earlier, my getting into book anthologies and really, I've been doing events for over 20 years, but since I've been doing more online, it's just meeting people like you and being able to talk with people like you has allowed me to really get out of just my local pond, as I like to say, and really be able to touch people abroad. I like helping people, and sometimes it's appreciated, sometimes it's not. And so I enjoy, and I'll enjoy watching all the things that you are doing. You're doing some amazing things. So I just encourage you to keep doing,
yes,
keep doing what you're doing. Because
you have leveled us up. You have powered us up. You are what I call to actions. They call you the queens in the butt seat. But you have allowed people like me and Rhonda and Jonathan and Nicole Peters and Yolanda Jerry and Stevie, Dr. Stevie, and I could go Tanya Blackwood. You have your own little tribe who we be like, go Kearn, go Kearn, go. We really do that for real.
I love it. I love because y'all have a different, y'all have a different energy as well. It's good to bring people that have different thoughts on how to do things and how to get things done and how to work as a team. I find that when we actually bring other people into our fold, into our tribe, your growth is so much bigger. And, I learned from y'all too. I'm not just coming on to teach people, which I love doing, but I also learn by watching others, and I just enjoy seeing all the people that are coming on and taking their life to a different level. I often say COVID, has masked itself as it's masking as an opportunity there is so many people that have lost people that are close to them. And unfortunately, it's been devastating in that way. But in many ways, for some of us who just never took the time to think about, connecting with people beyond just, hey, I like her, I'm following her on social media, but we're not really interacting, right? But now, because of COVID, we're meeting so many more people like you that has a show. And my speakers enjoy coming on your show and just meeting and growing. So I enjoy it, Nikki. I really enjoyed as much as y'all enjoy.
Well, I tell you what, you're speaking. Let me get to business, and then we're gonna talk after this. Let me go ahead. Let me go pay these bills. So you're coming on the Call to Aspire. You and I both know Dr. Sylvia is an amazing woman of God. Like, she's amazing, and she have a lot going on. I'm calling her mobile at this point. She has a radio show, Kearn. She has a magazine. She has her own summit. I mean, she's doing some things. Like, Sylvia's really doing some things.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And we want to shout out to you, Sylvia. I know you're on here already. I see you already posted. She said, go Kearn, Cherry. She's one of your fans as well. And, it's so good to have people that can say, you know what, Kearn, we're proud of you. We're proud of you. And so, Sylvia was one of the ones that, I got Kearn on my show. I got Kearn on my summit. Like, that's major. You know what I'm saying? I tell my ambassadors all the time. I'm like, go to Kearn. I don't mind sharing you because I know what you did for me, you're doing for others. So you're speaking on this platform. Listen, Call to Aspire, registration only. It's free, but if you do the upgrade, you get a chance to see what I'm talking about with Kearn Cherry. She's known as the butts in the seats queen because she knows how to get people where she needs them at. She is very strategic when she do things. And so at this particular summit, we got Sean Fair, Shay Brown, which we love Shay Brown. Jason Conway, Shay Brown, one of us. Cher Wood.
Yes, that's my girl too.
That's your girl. Lord Jesus, yes. I didn't even know who she was until I met you.
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm happy. Rhonda Wood. I met Rhonda Wood through you.
Yeah, I love her too. I love all those people you mentioned.
Beautiful woman of God. And so Dr. Joe said, hey ladies, I see you in there. Rhonda said, oh my God, Kearn Cherry is in the house. Yes, she definitely in the house. Who else? Dr. Joe said, I love you. We love you too, honey. Sylvia.
Yes, absolutely.
She said, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
It's amazing to have you on my show because you've came in and you've changed a lot of lives. So my question to you is, what you going to talk about at the summit?
Well, for me, I typically, I hadn't actually chosen my exact topic, but I love to talk about, right now, what I'm really passionate about telling people about is becoming more visible. I just feel like a lot of people, we do a few things to get ourselves out there, and then that's all we've done for the year. We speak on a couple of stages and we're like, okay, that's it. But we don't think of the visibility aspect of speaking. So speaking is more than just taking the opportunity to speak on the stage. I love the fact that Dr. Sylvia Coles has afforded everybody the opportunity to connect with you and come here and do interviews, and so it's another form of being visible. And so I encourage people to really, really start thinking about that. There are so many ways that you can become visible. It's almost like it can be almost like an overnight process. If you're not already out there, it may take you a little time. But I have watched people from my anthology go from being not even having a photo. Do you understand? Not even having a headshot.
Right.
That's terrible. A bio that's somebody wants to read, right? I have seen people go from that to being a keynote at a conference. Not because they didn't have a story to share. They just never thought about that the opportunity to share their story beyond just whether it's a book anthology or beyond just speaking on the stage. You have to do more things to do that. And there's so many platforms out there, as you said, Dr. Sylvia. Sylvia Coles has several platforms
She
for
does.
you to be visible on, and you do as well. And so I encourage people, stop sitting on the sideline, stop speaking once or twice a year and calling yourself a speaker, because in the speaking world, when you have people like Les Brown, Dr. Frazier, Sherwood, and all these people who are not only, and they don't get, just so people understand, they don't get paid every time they speak, but they understand the visibility part, which makes them relevant, which makes people want to book them as a speaker. People always talking about, well, I want to know how to get paid to speak. Well, you need to be a lot more visible if you want to be paid to speak. You know, they call me the bust in the seat queen, because I really focus on, once I get to a certain point in my conference, I'm focusing on, okay, how many people do we have attending the conference?
That part.
Right. Because you don't want speakers to show up and you ain't got nobody in the audience.
Oh, God.
What's the point? You right? And so I encourage people to really focus on your visibility. This is your year to become relevant in the speaking world. This is your year to get on as many stages as possible. I want you to think about this. Pre-COVID, how many of y'all were speaking outside the church, or speaking outside of maybe a chamber thing or something like that? Most of you probably were not speaking at that many conferences. Maybe, as I said, one or two. Most have never been paid. And so then when COVID hit, it put us in, well, you know, we talked through this box, right?
That's right.
But guess what, Nikki? You can be on 4 stages of 4 different conference stages on the same day because of the virtual world. And what does that mean? You're pouring into 4 different tribes while you're on the same day of the week. And so it really has elevated the people who have decided to elevate their game. It's really elevated their speaking. So so I want to encourage you. I get on as many stages as I can as well. Like I said, coming back and bouncing back from COVID. Sometimes it takes you a while to really start to pull yourself together. But you know, you cannot sleep on the opportunity that we have right now.
That's
the people that will be booked live when everything comes back to, and I'm gonna say, semi-normal. I don't think it'll ever go back to exactly the way it was before. But those will be the people that will at least have an opportunity to get paid to speak sometime.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow. So she's speaking on visibility, and she's right. You know, you have these type of platforms like this right here. What they don't understand is the more people see you, the more people will know you. And I learned that through you. You taught us about, you know, there is no competition. You know, you taught us about visibility brings profitability. I promise you, I speak that to my ambassadors all the time. So some of them are starting to come up on here. Now y'all know where I get this from. I tell them that all the time. It's enough money out here for all of us to make it. We need to be visible so people can know who you are. Because if they don't know you, how they gonna know what to buy from you? So we have to know who you are so we can know what to support you at. So that's why you see me on a lot of different platforms now. You're seeing my face all over, because I don't mind going out there into the deep and praying I don't drown.
Exactly.
We got to try it. You got to try it. And speaking is where the money is. I mean, I make money speaking. I make money speaking.
Yeah.
You know?
Because most people, when they come in, they say they want to get paid to speak. The real money is made from coaching. which comes behind speaking.
Yes,
So when
ma'am.
you come to the stage, you need to, when you have an opportunity, because all speaking does not afford you an opportunity to pitch your
Come on.
services. But if I see you and I like what you're saying, I'm really not buying the product. I'm
Mm.
buying you. So
Come
I'm
on.
going to look up to see what you got that I might want.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to pitch your services when you do have the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but always leave a way for people to contact you. You'll be surprised how many speaking opportunities you get, how many people eventually contact you from coaching. And don't
Mm-hmm.
get mad if you speak on a stage and nobody reaches out to you. You're
Mm.
building up visibility. People buy people. They don't buy products.
Come
They
on. I
buy
like that.
people. And that's how you get new clients and people connect to you.
But they
So
get, but you know what, Coach Kearn, they got to like you though.
that's what,
That's what you got to
yes.
understand. You got to be likable.
Mhm.
If they like you, they not. If they don't like you, they're not gonna buy from you. They have to like you.
Right.
They have to love you. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like she said, you're not selling this piece of gum.
Right.
You selling yourself
Yes.
so that they can buy the piece of gum. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They got to like you, and if you're not likable, if you're not teachable, if you can't be corrected, then you
Right.
can't grow. You got to be teachable. I'd be glad when you go ahead and get this master. You mentioned about the master class. I'm trying to figure out when you're gonna do that.
Yeah. So
Come on.
yeah, like I said, I had to go in a recovery time
We
frame. And
understand.
so that being said, now my assistant that helps with that just had her baby last week. And so we're pushing for it November. So what I plan to do with my classes and training and stuff, launching it out, because people, this is the time of the year that people make decisions on what they're doing for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And so my classes will cater towards getting you. One is to help you build a profitable event, because that is to me the number one fastest way to build your visibility. It allows you to be an expert in your field. You can
Mm-hmm.
speak as much as you want. Of course, you don't want to be the only one speaking, right?
Right.
And you get to collaborate and develop relationships, your connections through your conference. But I don't believe in having big parties, so I always tell people, if you listen, then you'll be able to make money, and sometimes a lot of money. Some people make a lot of money at producing conferences. And then the other is, of course, to get visibility class as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to start groups. You'll see that start before it go back and bring people into the master class. So the groups are going to allow you to actually work through and work with me, so that you can, for the ones that are already doing events but still have several weak spots, most of us all do, weak spots, we'll get to work together and kind of touch on and feed off each other during the group sessions and stuff. The master classes, they are shorter, but it allows you to kind of get a taste of what you should be looking at and
Mm-hmm.
possibly join the next upcoming group as well. So
Mm-hmm.
we plan to kick those off in November,
Mm-hmm.
so that people will literally be able to start to prepare for 2022, y'all. If you don't be as I used to be, a feet first person, I would build conferences and events from just, I'm gonna get it as I go.
Right.
And so, and I was successful at it. It's just a gifting that I have. I've been averaging on my other live conferences for 450 to 600 people. Success, we averaged anywhere from 1,100 to 1,500 people. So, and those are in person.
Mm.
So virtually, we go even bigger into the thousands with those conferences as well. But I had to change. I had to change how I do things. I had to sit down and just start writing out a plan.
Come
so
on,
that
friend.
my next year would be better than the year before. And you have to do this with everything, y'all. You know, if you're writing a book, you got an anthology you're doing, you got a conference, if you're trying to work on your visibility, all those things take a plan, a strategy so that you're better. Every year you're getting better and better, so that people will be able to buy you your product, your coaching program, and
Right.
let's face it, there are people making millions off of their
Billions.
coaching program. Millions. Now, I'm not talking six figures. I
Millions.
laugh because, a lot of people don't know. I've been in the healthcare industry for over 35 years, but I've run my business for over 25 years. And I was telling somebody one day, I was sitting down, and it occurred to me, everybody keeps saying six figures. Well, I've been doing that for over 20 something years now.
Right.
So my thoughts and then success, we were doing that at the 2019 conference. And so it's time for all of us to start making plans to make millions, 7, 8 figures. We got to start thinking bigger, and we got to start making a plan to do that. The fourth quarter of the year is a time frame that you should be looking whose class, whose group coaching, or whose training I'm going to sign up for. So
That's
2022 is better than 2021, right? Every year you need to set goals.
Get higher, higher. Well, we appreciate you for being a part of the show. I got to bring you back so we can have some real conversations.
Yes.
It's been too long now. I got to bring you back.
Anytime.
I know, but
I definitely was going to hop on for Dr. Cole. And don't forget, y'all, the conference Call to Inspire Summit is October the 5th through the 7th. And there are some amazing keynotes that are going to be a part of this conference and amazing speakers. So make sure that y'all actually go register for the conference.
That's right.
I'm not sure the link right off the top of my head.
It's on here. It's call to inspiresummit.com. The number to call to Inspire. And one more thing before she go, because I got my next one waiting on me. Don't forget the Call to Inspire award show is October the 6th at 7 p.m. She honoring 8 people, and she also have 4 young people that's speaking at this summit, and she's doing a master class, which is Get Your Fire Back. So go check out Dr. Sylvia Cole. Let her know Dr. Nikki and Dr. Kearn. Yes, ma'am. It's told you to register because it's going to be free, but then we want you to do an upgrade, level up, and pay the $99 and go ahead and get in so you can hear people like Kearn Cherry, Shay Brown, Sean Fair, JJ Conway, me, Cheryl Wood, Underwood. Yes. Thank you, Kearn, for stopping by.
All right. Thank you for having me.
I love you. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.